So I just want to know your philosophy. Dun sa process, was it really an attack on the independence of the judiciary? Or was it, sa inyo, it was a necessary, it was a necessary thing para sa institutions na nagbanggaan po eh. Banggaan yung tatlong malalaking branches of government. Parang, it was a battle of the giants. Necessary po ba yun para kailangang restore? Or it was totoo na it was an affront on the independence of the judiciary?
Well, I did not take that as an affront on the judiciary, because I always look at the Constitution. The power to impeach lies with Congress, and that is part of the checking mechanism. That's part of our democracy. That's in the Constitution. If Congress deems it wise to exercise that power, then it will proceed, and we cannot complain because the Constitution authorizes that. That's the way I look at it.
Nung marami po may sektor rin, no? May sektor rin, let's say, sa legal profession na sinasabi nila, okay yan si Justice Carpio eh. Diba? It's a safe choice. The most senior, Associate Justice, 10 years, para mag-11 years na sa Supreme Court, malinis. Pero yung law firm connection kasi, yun pa rin eh. Parang doon po yung tanong ng iba eh. Malakas ito dati, di ba? Tapos babalik na naman itong lalakas. At dihado naman yung mga ibang law firms. Yung mere inhibition, for example. Alam naman natin yung inhibition, hindi naman ibig sabihin na wala na nangyayari, di ba? Pwedeng sa likod gumagalaw eh. So, what's the assurance po? Na, assuming po na kayo yung mahirang na like ngayon, acting Chief Justice, talagang permanent na Chief Justice po kayo. Ano po yung assurance po, let's say, not just the legal profession, but yung mamamayang Pilipino na yung isang issue na to na binabato sa inyo talaga, di ba? Yung law firm connection, CVC. Ano assurance po natin na hindi po makakahadlang yon sa pagiging isa sa pinakamabuting Chief Justice kung sakasakali?
Well, I have inhibited in all cases of my former law office. The mandatory rules of the Supreme Court say that you have to inhibit for the first 10 years. I have inhibited in the first 10 years, and I still continue to inhibit up to now. And I will continue to inhibit in all their cases until I retire. Now, you mentioned about back-channeling, talking to other justices.
Yes.
Well, I have never lobbied with any of the justices. You can ask any of them if I lobbied with them for anybody. I have not. And I don't even visit them in their chambers. I have never visited the chambers of any of the justices. I have not visited the chamber of Justice Peralta. So,
Chief, excuse lang, yung question yung, assuming na ikaw na yung Chief Justice, di ba? At mag-inhibit nga kayo. Okay yun, may inhibition. Pero, do you have all, parang may wrong brain ba kayong, parang, do you think it's your, parang moral duty rin na sabihin, let's say na, wag kayo, kung hindi kayo magbaback channel, magbaback channel dyan yung law firm. Diba? Yun yung fear ng mga ibang tao eh.
Well, I don't want to say any comment on those cases because that could be misconstrued. So I just refuse to discuss these cases with them because anything I say could be misconstrued. And you can ask any of the justices if I ever approach them on any case, not only for my former law firm, but for anyone. And I've maintained that since the day I joined the court. Now, if they want to join me in my ponencia, I welcome them. But I do not even go to them, even in political cases, I don't even go to them in their chambers to try to convince them on constitutional cases. If they want to join me, they can join me. That has been my policy ever since.
Okay po. We go to the next question. Ito po yung naging parang mag-11 years na po kayo dito as Associate Justice. Magdadalawang buwan na po kayong Acting Chief Justice. At yung premise po kasi namin po at least kami sa direct representatives of the people, may problema talaga yung judikatura. Sa amin, may problema talaga. Not just judiciary, yung Supreme Court mismo. sa tagal ng panahon nandito po kayo, especially ngayon, kasi nakikita nyo po, kayo na eh. Marami tayong sinasabi yung transparency of JDF, SAJ, Special Allowances for Judges, yung mga sobrang masikip na yung mga jail natin. May mga sinasabi rin tayong mga clog dockets, kulang buildings, salaries. Para po sa inyo yung transparency, yung degree of criticism na matitake ng korte, not just the Supreme Court, but the judges as well. Pero I just want to ask you po, kung merong single most important issue problem po ng hudikatura na kailangan immediate solution, ano po yun? Based sa inyong ngayon, as Acting Chief Justice.
Well, the number one problem of the judiciary, I think, is the clogged dockets. Okay? And I have proposed how to solve these clogged dockets. The clogged dockets arise because of delays in the trial and delays in the decision-making after the case is submitted for decision. Now, in delays in the trial, we have instituted mediation and judicial dispute resolution. Between the two of them, judicial dispute resolution and mediation have screens out about 78% of cases filed. So out of 100 cases filed, 78% are settled amicably between the parties through mediation and judicial dispute resolution. Now, we still have, after JDR, we have pretrial. And I think at pretrial, we can still increase that by 5%. Now, we have adopted mediation and JDR for only 5 years. And I think with more training of mediators, with more training of judges, we can improve the efficiency rate. The objective, I think, is to make sure that only 10% of cases filed go to trial. And I think it's doable. We have introduced mediation and judicial dispute resolution in 80% of our courts, and we are expanding that to 100%. So we will be able to filter cases filed and allow only the trial of about 10%. Now, in the trial of 10%, we have adopted the small claims court, where there's only a one-day hearing, and at the end of the day, the judge will issue the decision. No lawyers are allowed, and it's very inexpensive part on the part of litigants. Now, aside from that, for purposes of we have to simplify the pre-trial procedure, the trial procedure in courts right now. It's so cumbersome and so antiquated. So we have experimented with simplified trial procedure in the revised rules on summary procedure, the interim rules on intracorporate remedies, the rules on environmental cases, and the rules on intellectual property rights, where in lieu of direct testimony, you have judicial affidavits. And if you have that, you cut down trial time by 1/2 immediately. And we have prohibited dilatory tactics like motion to dismiss, motion for a bill of particulars, motions to postpone, petitions for certiorari, prohibition of mandamus against interlocutory orders. These have been prohibited in these simplified rules, and the practitioners and the public have accepted that. It's about time that we expand this to all the civil cases. If we expand this to all the civil cases, then we cut down trial time by at least 50% in all civil cases. Now, I'm also suggesting that the party should be required to submit memoranda of facts and law before the case is submitted for resolution, because this helps. Even here in the Supreme Court, the memoranda of the parties help us a lot in deciding cases. And when I was Chief Presidential Legal Counsel, I introduced the procedure in administrative cases that one, direct testimony shall be by affidavit, and two, that the party shall submit draft decisions. And this is how we were able to clear the 20-year backlog in the Office of the President. So I think the party should be allowed to submit memoranda of facts and law, and the judges should be allowed to adopt this in whole or in part, so that we can fast-track the period of time to decide cases from the time they are submitted for resolution.
Yeah, I'm satisfied with that answer, Chief. So justice delayed is justice denied. That's the most important. second to the last question. Kagabi, tinitingnan ko rin po yung voting records nyo eh. Kagabi, tinitingnan ko at